What's good, everybody? Well, episode 7 is here and we got some things to talk about. But before we do get into that, remember, hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know on everything Star Wars, as we are fast approaching, 5,000 subscribers. So I would greatly appreciate if you are watching and new to the channel, or if you just constantly watch the channel here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's start today's episode. Now, we got episode 7, but I just... Yeah, you know, I really, this series, I know a lot of you guys have been asking me what I've been thinking and all of that, and I don't want to give my take just yet. I'm going to give my final full review when this is all said and done, but I have to say I was very disappointed with episode 7. Now, I understand that they were talking about some things, and I'll tell you why I was disappointed at the end of this video, but let's talk about the facts. We got the Jedi, and we noticed and we know that they were looking for a Force Virgins on Brendok. Now, the Jedi's reasoning for being on this was shady from the beginning, and it seemed to be a larger mystery of the show as to why they were there and what happened. Now, the Acolyte episode 7, however, revealed that the Jedi were on Brendok because they were looking, like I said, for some sort of a Force Virgins. Now, what that is was a place where the Force naturally gathered and let the Force users tap into something, you know, with some remarkable powers, and they wouldn't normally be capable of on the regular. Now, Virginses were quite important, and the Jedi often tried to study any of them that they could find. So it seems the Jedi had a legitimate reason to be on Brendok from the start. Now, since they were just looking for Brendok's Force Virgins, discovering the witches of Brendok and their children was a complete coincidence. Now, Sol simply stumbled upon Mae and Osha while looking for evidence of the Force Virgins, and the Jedi weren't looking for or hunting down witches of Brendok. They were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. While finding the twins was a complete accident, Sol wasn't entirely absolved by the Acolyte episode 7. Now, we do see Torben and Sol going back to retrieve the twins after they do talk to Endara for a little bit and talking about the twins. Now, after the Jedi first met with the witches of Brendok and tested Mae and Osha's Force sensitivity, they returned to their camp, and at that point, Master Endara spoke to the High Council to get their guidance on how they should proceed on Brendok, and the council told them to leave the coven and the twins alone. Torben and Sol, however, disobeyed the council's orders and went back to the compound to retrieve the twins, but for different reasons. Sol went back because he was already emotionally invested in Osha, but Torben's reasoning was a bit more complicated. Now, throughout the episode, Torben expressed how much he wanted to return to Coruscant, and he told Endara that multiple times, but she explained that they wouldn't be leaving Brendok until they had proof of this Force Virgin's existence there. Now, it was because he was or wanted to return to Coruscant so badly that Torben returned for the twins. He believed Mae and Osha were proof that Force Virgins on Brendok existed. And since he had the twins' blood samples that proved that they were created with the help of Brendok's Force Virgins, now Torben thought he had his ticket back to Coruscant. Now, Mae, yes, did indeed start the fire. We do know that from the previous episodes in that flashback, but Sol unfortunately did start this battle when he did stab one of the mothers while she turned into this dust kind of form, the same way the Night Sisters can kind of turn into that green kind of film. But it was pretty interesting to see when he did kill her, and that kind of was the starter of everything if you really think about it. And now we know that's probably what he wants to tell Osha, and he wants to apologize to Mae about what happened back on Brendok, which he wanted to have this conversation with her. And then right after, we end up seeing Kelnaka getting basically possessed by the other mother that is still alive, as we see them kind of fighting, and we see Master Endara come in and she brings back Kelnaka, and then right after, just basically everything goes to the gutter, because then Sol goes to save the twins, but he chooses Osha over Mae. So you can only imagine Mae being or having some sort of bitter feelings, and that's why you see she is after them after all these years, and also too because of the death of their mothers. Now, the Jedi made several massive determinal mistakes and bad decisions during the time on Brendok. We see that. Now, Sol expressed serious remorse for his role on, or in that night, shall I say, and he had the other Jedi that he wanted to come clean when he did tell them, but Endara, however, persuaded him not to. Endara said that they would tell the council their own version of the truth. You hear Indara telling Master Soul basically that the child has lost so much already, does she want to, lose more? And that would be meaning Soul. Now she explained if Soul came clean, like I said, it would destroy Osha's dream as well as becoming a Jedi. So there's a lot that this episode could have given us. I mean, I just felt like we were kind of rewatching episode 3, and to be honest, I am really disappointed. Really disappointed, because I feel like these last 2 episodes should be I mean, again, I don't know what's gonna happen in the next episode 8, but I know for 7 it should have hit the ground running. There should have been a lot more, because I feel like I think we all have questions about Chimera as well, not just Mae and Osha. Like, yeah, we wanted to know what happened on Brendok, and we could have learned that with small little flashbacks, or the conversation that he was gonna have, meaning Soul, with Mae. But the way they went about it, I didn't really enjoy it, guys. I'm really disappointed so far. Again, I know there's people who enjoy this series, and again, I haven't really given my full review yet if you do watch my content, so I'll give you the full thing. But this episode was a lackluster one. I think that they still have a lot of missing pieces, and I don't know how they can answer that all in the next episode, which I doubt they will. Now, I know they've talked about doing multiple seasons, but I just think that if you have a show that you're trying to explain some stuff, I think that they have not done a very good job with that so far. And this episode proved that, because it basically was like watching, like I said, episode 3 all over again, just watching some new key details that, I mean, we kind of already knew. I mean, we knew Soul had a played a part. I mean, we just didn't understand that he had ended up killing one of the mothers. But yeah, there's that. And, Indara's part in it as well, and Torben. But overall, guys, light it up in the comment section. Make sure to hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell, and let me know what you guys thought about episode 7 of the Acolyte, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.